So this is Flo and Restore. It's your lovely mobility-based class. This month the theme is particularly on twists and binds, which really help with alignment. Those of you that were here last week will have experienced it and understood my blurb on why they're so important for your body. But twists help to kind of get the blood flow running, get your circulation running, help nourish the organs by releasing and unreleasing, by releasing and constricting blood flow and pumping it that way. And the binds just help you get your correct alignment in certain positions. So I'm just going to turn the volume up on the music. Make sure my emails are turned off because no one wants to hear my emails coming in. And then we'll begin. Let me just put it up a little bit more so you guys should be able to hear. Cool. So, if you find yourself, to begin with, on your backs on your mat. So for these sessions, if you have blocks, straps, bolsters, pillows, anything like that, feel free to bring them along. And you can use them to kind of enhance your experience throughout the practice as well. So if you come down onto your backs, we're just going to get comfortable. Take a moment to let the arms fall out to the side, let the legs go long, catch your breath and just pay attention to your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, just take 3 deep breaths, drawing that breath deep down into the base of the stomach first. So if you have your hands on your belly and your chest, you might feel your stomach rise before your chest. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then just gently bring your knees in towards your chest and hug them with both arms. You can rock from side to side, massage that lower back into the ground, and then just begin to make circles with your knees. So maybe 3 to 5 circles in one direction. They can be big, they can be small. Notice how the lower back feels as you manipulate the knees around in that circular motion. And then gently bring them back to center and go back in the other direction. Notice how it feels. Is it any different to the original direction you're going in? Do you notice any tightness or tension in your hips, in your knees, and your back? One more circle all the way around, and then just gently bring the knees back to center. Taking the toes to the floor, keeping the heels lifted, take the arms out wide. We're just going to do 3 window wipers each side, dropping the knees from side to side, trying to keep those shoulders glued to the floor as you do this. Opening up the hips, the glutes, releasing off the lower back, and also stretching through the chest, maybe even into the arms and shoulders. Gently bring the knees back to center, come all the way up to seated. And find yourself in a seated position in the center of your mat. So I'm just going to twist to face you. You're going to inhale as you lift one arm up, reaching up tall. Exhale, reach all the way over to the opposite side. Inhale back to center, switching over the arms. Exhale, reach over to the other side. We're just going to do 3 times on each side. So 2 more to go. Lifting and lengthening through that midline and exhaling to reach and fold. 1 more each side. And then gently come all the way back to center. This time as you inhale to lift, exhale to twist and look over that left shoulder or right shoulder, whichever way you're going. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist and look over the other shoulder. Again, we're going to do 3 of these each side, so just move with your own breath, in your own time. 1 more each way. And then come back to center. We're going to stay in this seated position for just one last movement. We're going to take our feet out and find a 90-degree angle with our legs. So bending at the knee, you're going to have one foot stacked on top of the other knee, and the knees are all going to be over to one side. You can place your hands on the floor to do this, or you can reach forwards, yogi's choice, and you're simply just going to bring the knees up and over, take them to the other side, and then switch ways. So we're just going to do 5 of these each way, moving with your own breath, in your own time. You might find if your hands aren't on the floor, you start moving around the room. One more each side. And then slowly come back to center. From here, come onto your hands and knees. Stay coming into a tabletop position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and you're just going to take 3 cat-cows. So you're going to inhale as you lift, dip the stomach, lift the head, look up towards the ceiling, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale as you round through the spine, pressing the ground away, pulling the shoulder blades apart, sucking the navel back and up. Inhale to lift, opening up the chest. Exhale to round, opening up the thoracic shoulders. Inhale to lift one more time. Exhale to round. From here, take the hands slightly further forwards, tuck the toes and press up and back into your down facing dog. Pedal out through the feet, opening up the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, the ankles and the toes. And then just take a few deep breaths as you pulse through the shoulders, opening up the upper back, softening the knees, pressing the chest towards the knees and the head towards the floor. Take one more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, push the heels toward the floor, and then slowly walk the feet all the way in towards the hands, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a moment there, think about drawing the chest over the thighs, crowning the head towards the floor, and then take opposite hand to opposite elbow, and take that ragdoll variation, gently swinging from side to side if you want to, getting into the lower back, into the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. And when you're ready, inhale as you lift the heels off the floor and come down into the bottom of your crouch position. So tucking chest to thighs, nose to knees. Find that crouch position, and as you exhale, we're going to push up and back. This time really focusing on extending through the backs of those legs, finding that stretch. And then we're going to do that 2 more times. So you're going to inhale as you come down into that crouch. Exhale to push up and back. One more time. Inhale, come all the way down into that crouch. And then exhale to push up and back. From here, inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, reaching up tall. And then exhale, release the arms, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands together and churn the wrists. Whilst you're doing that, you can just rotate 5 to 10 times on one foot, getting into the ankles. And then when you've done 5 to 10 times on one foot, switch sides and just release off the other foot too. And then finally, just relax. Finding yourself back in Tadasana at the front of your mat. We're going to move all the way down into Noose pose. So you're going to take your feet together, knees together, thighs together. So find that slightly narrower stance. You're going to inhale as you come all the way up with the hands extended Tadasana. And then you're going to reach the hands forwards as you come down into the bottom of that squat position. So you're kind of in this narrow, balanced position. From here, you're going to take one hand all the way back behind you, the other hand is going to reach up and over, and you're going to try and wrap the arms around the leg as you look over the shoulders. So you might not be able to, I'm going to turn this way so you can see front on as well. It's a very tight position, so I can't even take the bind here. Eventually you might want to try and work the hands together, but that's going to require a lot of mobility in the ankles and the shoulders. Just hold for a further 3, 2, 1, and then inhale as you come all the way back up, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So coming back down, you can reach the hands forwards, come down into that straight squat position, and then take the other hand over the other knee. One hand comes behind your back, find your balance, and then look out over that shoulder. So we're just going to hold here for a couple more breaths. 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to plant the hands on the floor and walk the feet back to your down facing dog. From here we'll take a vinyasa. So you're going to inhale as you roll forwards, finding your high plank pose. Option to drop the knees if you want to. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. And then inhale as you press up to Sphinx on the forearms or Cobra, depending on how your lower back feels. From here, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog, and we're going to take a 3-leg down facing dog. So inhale as you send the right leg up and back, bend at the knee, open up that hip. So send that right foot over towards the left, find that stretch in the front of your hip, in your hip flexor, and just play with that range of motion. Notice how it feels, and then swing that foot through as you exhale, planting it between the hands. Drop the back knee, and we're going to come down into crescent lunge. So go for a slightly wider stance to help your balance. You're going to inhale as you lift the hands up off the floor, and then bring the palms together as you exhale. Bring the hands down to heart, and you're going to take that left elbow over to the outside of your right knee. Look out over your right shoulder. Press down with the right hand, help twist the body round. Keep pressing through the feet to stabilize yourself. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Then inhale as you come all the way back up to center. Exhale, release the hands to the floor and pull back into half split. So you're straightening that front leg. Flex the toes back towards you. Stack the left hip above the left knee. Reach nose towards toes. Hold for 3, 2, 1, then left hand stays grounded on the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with your right hand up towards the ceiling. And again, hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release that right hand to the floor. Come back through into that low lunge. Lift the back knee off the floor and plant the back foot down at a 45-degree angle. We're coming into side angle pose. So from here, option to keep that right hand grounded either inside or outside of the foot, and you're going to inhale to lift and reach with your left hand up towards the ceiling, keeping that knee bent in that side angle pose. Option 2, if you can't quite reach the floor, you can use a block, or you can rest the elbow on your knee and reach the arm over. Press through the legs, be strong through the legs and active, and hold again for 3, 2, 1, then let that left hand come back down toward the floor. Again, if you want to use a block, you can. And then inhale as you lift and twist with the right hand up towards the ceiling. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, frame the feet. Twizzle the left heel off the floor, and then we're going to step back to our down facing dog and take a vinyasa. So inhale as you roll forwards to high plank. Option to drop the knees. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. And then exhale as you tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, but on the other side this time. So left foot goes high to the sky. 3-leg down facing dog. Bend at the knee. Open up that hip. Play with that range of movement. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. Take a few deep breaths, and then when you're ready, as you exhale, swing that left foot, plant it between the hands, and come down into your low lunge. So taking that slightly wider stance, we're going to inhale as we lift up into crescent lunge. Palms together, hands come down to heart as we exhale. Reach that the right elbow over to the outside of the left knee. Look out over the left shoulder and press down into the hands to find that twisted lunge variation. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then inhale as you come back up to center. Exhale, release the hands to the floor and pull back into half splits on the other side. Reach nose towards toes. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then right hand stays grounded. This time inhale as you lift and twist with the left hand up towards the ceiling. Hold again for 3, 2, 1. Then exhale, release. Come back down, frame that foot and come into side angle pose. So we're coming back into that low lunge first, lifting the knee off the floor, back foot goes down at a 45-degree angle. Either hand stays on the floor or elbow to knee, and then you're going to inhale as you lift and reach with that right hand up towards the ceiling. Eye gaze can go up to the fingertips or to the floor, wherever you feel more comfortable. And hold again for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Right hand comes down to the floor or block if you need it. And then inhale to lift and twist with the left hand up towards the ceiling. And again, hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Frame the foot. Step back to your down facing dog and we'll take another vinyasa. So we're going to inhale as we roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. And then this time exhale as you push back to either extended child's or heart melting pose, depending on how deep you need to get into those shoulders this morning. Really think about melting if you're going into that heart melting pose, melting the chest towards the floor, maybe chin to floor, forehead to floor, whatever is comfortable for you. Open up that upper back, open up the underarms. Just take a few deep breaths. Last deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly inhale as you come up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes, press back into your down facing dog. From here, just take half a step in. We're coming into twisted dog. So you guys probably have done this pose with me before. You're going to take left hand through to the outside of the right thigh, calf or ankle and look out underneath the right armpit. Use the hand to pull the body through. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, push the heels towards the floor and then release that hand at the end of the exhale and reset in down facing dog. We're going to do the same on the other side. So right hand comes through to the outside left thigh, calf or ankle. Look out underneath the armpit, pull the body through, take a nice deep breath all the way in. And then exhale, push those heels towards the floor, then release the hand, pedal out the feet, open up those calves, those hips, those hamstrings, and then start to walk the feet all the way in toward the front of the mat, coming into your Uttanasana forward fold. Take a moment there if you want to in that ragdoll variation. Enjoy that gentle release on the lower back, getting into the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale as we come all the way up. Extended Tadasana, palms together at the top, hands come down to heart as you exhale. From here, we're going to think about inhaling to lift and lengthen through our crown of our heads. Find that nice upright position. And as we exhale, now we're going to sit back into chair pose. So think about sitting into your heels as if you're reaching back for a chair, keeping that body nice and upright. Hands still are at the heart. Really use those thighs, use those legs to help hold you upright. From here, we're then going to take left elbow across to the outside of the right knee, coming into twisted chair. So be careful not to let that left knee shoot forwards. Really pull back with that left hip so that the knees stay parallel to the front of the mat. Look out over that right shoulder. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then inhale as you come all the way up. Extended Tadasana, palms together again at the top. Reset as you exhale, coming back into Tadasana with prayer hands. Take a nice deep breath in, find that length in the spine. Exhale, sit back into chair pose. From here, the right elbow now is going to come across the outside of that left knee. Look out over that left shoulder. Pull that right knee back, so make sure those knees don't twist. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale as you come all the way up. Extended Tadasana, exhale, release, shake it all out, and you should feel a little bit warm and mobile now. So we're moving into our balance sequence for today. So today's 3 poses are the Shiva twist, warrior 3, and revolved half moon. So I'll just demonstrate those movements to you, and then we can piece them all together. So the Shiva twist we did last week, you're just simply lifting the hands up, lifting the leg up, finding that 90-degree bend, and then you're going to bring the arms out, cactus to the side, and twist tummy to thigh. So that is your Shiva twist. Warrior 3, we've done plenty of times, so you're just going to shoot the arms forwards, leg goes back, sliding into that warrior 3. Remember, this is as much warrior 3 as this is. The final one is that revolved half moon. So half moon, you have your hips open to the side. This time, instead of having same arm, same leg down, you're going to twist with your hips open to the inside of the thighs. So you're twisting into that star shape. You might not get round quite as far as you would normally, and you might reach for the floor, or again, you can just twist to the side in this more upright position. So go to wherever you feel comfortable. Challenge your balance. We're going to link each of those. Hold for a count of 3, and then move on to the next pose. So find yourself in the center of your mat, or take yourself off the mat if you have a hard floor, it might be easier. And we're going to start with our standing leg being our right leg. So move your body weight over to your right leg. You're going to inhale as you lift the hands up and lift that knee up. So if this is enough for you today, absolutely feel free to stay here. If you want to take it to the next stage, cactus the arms out to the side, and then think about, as you exhale, twisting the tummy in towards that thigh. So if it's too much with the arms up as well, you can always take a hold of that knee with the opposite hand. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to come all the way back to center with the tummy, and then reach the hands up high. As you exhale, send that left leg back behind you and come down into warrior 3. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then from here, left hand comes down to the floor this time. Right hand goes up and back behind. As you dip that left hip down, see if you can come round into that revolved half moon. You might even take your hand to the floor and look up towards the ceiling. So you could use, in this instance, a block as well if you wanted to help stabilize you. Hold for a count of 3, and then you're going to inhale to lift everything up. Exhale, release, reset, and we'll switch sides. So this time, your left leg will be your standing leg, and the right leg is going to come up off the ground. So the challenge is to try and keep that right leg off the ground the entire time. So you're going to inhale to lift the hands up and that right leg up above the ground. So find that Shiva pose, option 1. Option 2, cactus the arms out to the side, twist the tummy in towards the thigh, find that Shiva twist. Hold for 3, 2, 1, then twist all the way back to the front. Reach up high as you inhale with the hands, and then as you exhale, send that leg back, coming into warrior 3. Hold for 3, 2, 1. You're then going to let that right hand drop towards the floor, dip that right hip, and twist into that revolved half moon. Again, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then inhale as you lift everything back up. Exhale, release, reset, and we'll work our way down to the floor now. So coming down onto your hands and knees, we're going to work into our peak pose, which is that monkey twist for this set of classes. So if you find yourself in your down facing dog, we're going to come back into that position, and we're going to go straight into dragon lunge or lizard lunge to open up those hips. So you're going to take that right foot outside of that right hand, drop the knee to the floor on the left side, and then reach the heart forwards. With the right hand, you can guide that right knee over the ankle. You can make circles getting into the ankle if that's where you're particularly tight. You could just spend some time pushing the knee out to the side, keeping those toes glued to the floor. Just work into that hip, into that ankle on that right leg. Take a few deep breaths. And then if you want to, you can stay here, and absolutely that's fine to just keep working on the ankle and hip mobility. If you want to start taking it deeper, we're just going to do 3 elbow rotations. So you're going to inhale to lift and reach with that right hand up towards the ceiling, and then exhale as you release that right elbow toward the floor. So you might not touch the floor, but you'll get close. So you're going to inhale to lift and reach again. We're doing this 3 times. Exhale to tap that elbow to the floor. Last time, inhale to lift and reach. Exhale, elbow toward the floor. From here, come back onto your hands, reach the heart forwards, find yourself in that lizard lunge. Option to stay here, or option to take it down onto the forearms. Keep looking forwards, keep reaching that heart forwards, keep those toes grounded on the floor. If you have a block, a halfway house might be to rest the elbows on the block. Just take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale. One more deep breath all the way in again. Exhale. From here, you're going to come back up onto the hands and knees. And then you're going to reach back with your right hand and grab a hold of your left foot. Option to pulse this foot in towards the heel, or just keep that reach if that's enough for you. Take a few pulses and then just hold for 3, 2, 1. If that's enough for you, just repeat that. If you want to take it deeper, you can either stay on your hand or come down onto your elbow. Slide the hand down the foot behind you. Flex the foot into your hand and then kick back as you look over that right shoulder. You can roll over onto the knife edge of your right foot. Get a stretch into the back of that leg, into the front of that leg even, behind you. And keep looking over the shoulder. Wherever you're at, hold now for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Come back to the front of the mat with your hands. Come back upright into your lizard lunge, and then step back to down facing dog, and we'll repeat the other side. Just pedal out the feet. So it's going to be exactly the same options on the other side, so just move to wherever you are comfortable. So left foot now comes outside of left hand. Right knee comes to the floor. Set yourself up in that low lizard lunge. So think about sending that knee out to the side. Maybe sending the knee forwards at the ankle, doing some rotations, getting into the hip, into the ankle joint, working on that mobility. And again, this is absolutely fine if you just want to stay here working on those areas for the next few minutes. If you want to go deeper, again, we're going to send ourselves forwards into that lizard lunge, and we're going to find that elbow rotation. So we're going to inhale as we lift and twist with the left hand up towards the ceiling, and then take the left elbow toward or tap the floor. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale to tap. Inhale to lift and twist. And then exhale to tap. Option 1, to stay on the hands, reaching the heart forwards, really working deeper into that hip flexor and groin. Option 2, you can come down onto your forearms. Remember the option of the block to support you if needed. Reach the heart forwards, eye goes forwards, try not to look down and let the head drop. Keep reaching everything forwards, toes remain glued. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then you're slowly going to come up onto your hands and reach back. Left hand goes back to right foot. Grab a hold of that foot if you can. Option to stay here, just holding the foot. Option to bring that heel in towards the glute, pulsing it a few times before then holding for 3, 2, 1. Option to repeat that, or slide that hand down the foot, flex the foot back into the hand. Option to come down onto the forearm again if you wish, and then send that left knee out to the side, roll over onto the knife edge of the foot as you kick back into your left hand, look out over your left shoulder. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Come back to the front of the mat with the hands, step back to down facing dog, and we'll take one more vinyasa. So you're going to inhale as you roll forwards to high plank. Option to drop the knees, exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to Sphinx or Cobra. And then exhale as you press back to extended child's pose. Reach the hands forwards. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel expansion across the upper back. Feel the shoulder blades separate. And then let everything melt deeper into the ground as you exhale. From here, we're slowly going to come up onto our hands and knees, and we're going to move into revolved pigeon pose this time. So tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog, and you can absolutely just do regular pigeon pose if that is enough for you today. So feel free to just stop whatever you feel you need to. So find yourself in that down facing dog. You're going to take the right knee through to the front right corner of the mat. Left leg is going to slide back, toes are going to untuck. You're going to find yourself in a nice level hip position. So if you need to, you can use a block or a pillow underneath that sit bone to maintain that level hip position. And we're just going to spend some time opening up that left hip flexor, adjusting ourselves, taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let the hips sink deeper in toward the ground. And then as we inhale, we're going to lift the hands all the way up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale, bring the hands down to heart. So we're going to take this left elbow over to the outside of that right knee. So as you inhale, lift, find that length that we're going to use to stretch our bodies over that leg. And then you're going to take that left elbow over that knee, look out over that right shoulder. Once you've made that adjustment, take a nice deep breath in, exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come all the way back up to center. Replace the hands to the floor. Step back to down facing dog. And we'll go to the other side. So left foot comes now through, or left knee comes through to the front left corner of the mat. Untuck the right toes, slide that right leg back. Find that nice level hip position. So hip bone to heel, sit bone to floor. Once you've found that position, take a bit of time just to open up those hip flexors. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sink deeper into the ground. And then when you're ready, inhale as you lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to heart. And we're going to take that right elbow across now to that right outside left knee. Press down into that right hand with the left hand and look out over that right shoulder. Hold again for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly come all the way back up to center. Replace the hands, step back to your down facing dog, pedal out the feet, and then just gently come down onto your hands and knees. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're just going to go through a few restorative stretches to finish, starting with thread the needle. So we're taking a bind now in our thread the needle pose. We're going to thread the left arm through and under, bringing the left shoulder to the floor, looking out underneath the left armpit. With the right hand, you can keep pressing down into the ground, or you can take that right hand up and back and see if you can wrap it behind the back and reach for the inner left thigh. Keep looking over the shoulder. You'll notice by taking that hand back behind you, you have to make adjustments. Keep twisting, keep reaching to get deeper into the stretch. Hold again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release that arm, come back up onto all fours and then switch sides. So right arm now is going to reach through and under the left, shoulder to the floor, look out underneath that left armpit. From here, take the left hand up and over, reaching back behind you and seeing if you can find that inner thigh. Keep twisting, keep reaching, make those adjustments to find the alignment. And then again, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Slowly come all the way up onto your hands and knees. Find yourself now in a seated position. in the center of your mat, extend the legs out in front of you. So option one, we're going to come into mariachi pose. If you just want to take a simple seated forward fold today, that's absolutely fine. So you're going to set yourself up in the same way for this pose as you would a seated forward fold. You're going to take the legs out in front of you, flex the toes, pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath your sit bones so you are connected to the floor. If you're taking that simple seated forward fold, you're just simply going to inhale to lift and reach and fold over the legs as you exhale. If you want to take mariachi pose, we're going to take the left foot in towards the groin area, foot flat against the floor. You're then going to reach around the inside of the left knee with the left arm. Try and reach as far as you can, just like you would in a seated forward fold. So inhale to lift, exhale to reach forward, and then wrap that left arm around the knee, reach back behind you. See if you can interlace those fingers and take that bind. So again, we're just trying to get nice and low, get that shoulder past the floor, get the shoulder past the leg or the knee, and keep reaching forwards with that nose towards toes. Wherever you're at, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly come all the way back up. Undo that left leg, bring it back straight or extend it back out in front of you, and then we're going to go back with the right leg and do exactly the same on the other side. So right foot is going to come in towards the groin. Set yourself up. If you're going for that seated forward fold, then just repeat again. So you're going to reach around the inside of that right leg. So try and get the shoulder past, wrap the arm around the leg, back of the hand against the thigh, and then you're going to reach around with that left hand to take that bind. Keep reaching forwards. You might use a strap for this. Keep folding forwards and just take 3 or so deep breaths. 2, 1, and then slowly come all the way back up and out of that. So today we're going to finish with a reclined butterfly pose just to relax the body, reset after that session. So option 1, if you don't have a bolster, you're simply just going to take the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out to the side, shuffle the bum in towards the heels or the groin in towards the heels. Just let the legs fall out to the side, and then you're going to recline back onto the ground like so. Arms can just rest out to the side or press gently down on your inner thighs. If you have a bolster, this is a lovely, lovely pose for you to try today, or a pillow, either or. You're going to place that bolster in the back, in the small of your lower back, so you have something to recline back over. Soles of the feet together, exactly the same as before. Shuffle the heels in towards the groin, and then you're just going to relax back, and your shoulders are going to fall either side of that bolster, and just take a few deep breaths with the arms out wide. Let the knees drop towards the floor, and we'll finish here with 5 deep breaths, allowing the body to readjust, reset, acknowledging our practice. Maybe even scanning the body from head to toe, noticing how we feel. One more deep breath all the way in. Exhale. And then slowly you can bring your knees together. If you're on your back, maybe rock from side to side, enjoy that gentle massage, and then slowly make your way all the way up to seated. Finding yourself in the center of your mat for the final time, in a seated position. We'll just take a nice deep breath in as we lift the hands up above the head, palms together at the top. And as we exhale, bringing the hands to the forehead, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.